We saw the Lucian from him yesterday, from Dimajke. Will we see it again today? Will Aphromoo ban it out and go for something completely different?
So let's find out. At the moment, the expected Kindred ban followed Caitlyn, Lucian. The OPs are being removed. Draven, which is what Aphromoo played yesterday. Remembering Aphromoo played in the marksman game mode earlier today.
He did.
Had a great performance on the Varus, which has also been used in 1v1s, but
Quinn is gone.
Quinn is gone.
Not available. We just saw it lose to AP Nasus. Brand is gone. The crowd are chanting Bard. Aphromoo hears it. He played it yesterday in the EU versus NA game, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. Didn't work out so well from then.
I mean, the pick worked. I mean, they got a lead from the pick. There was nothing wrong with the pick. Tooney happened,
yes,
and that really turned the game around.
I like it.
So.
Double have said the same thing in the interview. He's like, and Hooney 1v5'd us.
I said the same thing to Reckless and Kasing earlier as they were making fun of me while I was in makeup. I was like, well, at least I didn't get carried by now an NA player, so...
Yeah. You don't sound bitter at all.
No, well,
Stress.
I
Not
just switched
at
with
all.
Hooney still, but Kalista has been locked in.
So Kalista for Dimajke. Gonna be needing that Marshall Boys passive to hop around, and yes, Aphromoo feeling the blighted quiver. Piercing arrows of Varus. Did play it earlier, got a taste for it, and we'll see if he can land his skill shots, because this is gonna be a matter of aiming versus dodging.
Yes, and you know there's a really interesting thing when it comes to Varus on a 1v1 map. We'll get to that a little bit later as we get to hit that level 6. I'll touch on just how you use the ultimate as it is. But really one of the first times we've seen Varus here in Los Angeles for All-Star. We saw it a couple of times actually in the IWCA 1 versus 1. So I'm interested now. Dimajke versus Aphromoo. This is going to be a tense one. It's a last spot here in the round of 8.
That's correct. And as we've already mentioned, the other quarterfinalists all feature a fire versus ice battle. The winners of the quarterfinalists will get a minimum of 25 points, because only the top 4 places get points from this tournament. So Aphromoo, if you wanted to keep the trend up, he's going to have to hit every single piercing arrow and make sure that Dimajke does not dodge, dip, duck, dive, or dodge any of those arrows thrown his way.
I mean, it doesn't begin with D, but exhaust is the key factor in this matchup. We saw against Kalista, exhaust is not such a great ability. I mean, Dimajke's not, however, punishing it. He's gone for the exhaust himself. So the reason exhaust not so great, because Kalista just waits out the enemy exhaust, and as long as she doesn't die in the middle of it, Ren's after. So you don't actually reduce that much damage, because what is lost from the autos is made up by the Ren.
And of course, what we have seen from the Varus side that played at IWCA, maxing the E is a little more effective because it's slightly easier to land. Faster travel time, less predictable because you don't have that wind up from the Q. You can see the first point for Aphromoo has been on the piercing arrow, and already swing and a miss. Dimajke.
Oh, and now Dimajke trades back. He lands the damage early on and is looking to just take out that minion wave and push through. Also, E is able to hit, you know, more minions as when they're not lined up coming into the wave, so that is another factor for the Varus. But this is a big stack of minions. Aphromoo has not got much damage at all onto these minions, and that one's gonna push.
Oh.
No, you got. Oh,
Already lost one. Should be able to pick up the next 2. And for Aphromoo, gonna get level 2 shortly, but it will be Dimajke that's got the lead. Both 80 carries, running grass for the Undying.
However, Dimajke knows he's not going to be able to trade against Aphromoo just yet, so actually Ren's both minions. Typically, you don't always want to use your cooldowns to begin, just because at level 2 you want it available to trade.
And take a look at Aphromoo. He's put a point into Blighted Quiver as his level 2 ability, not the Hail of Arrows. So go for the additional on-hit and maybe some of the stacking. The burst will be in favor of Aphromoo if he can get some of those Blighted Quiver hits initially.
Yeah.
But obviously, the longer or the more extended the trade, the more favorable it is for Dimajke.
Yeah, very much so. But Dimajke right now is not favorable on the health trade. Experience now leveled up between the two. Aphromoo is level 3. Can he proc these quiver stacks?
Yes, he does. Dimajke does eat the piercing arrow. Ignite and exhaust down. Aphromoo gets first blood and makes it look easy.
And that is one of the reasons why, if you're running Exhaust against Kalista, you pray to see Exhaust on the enemy side as well. I feel like if Dimajke had barrier and could have just gone backwards away from the fight, he may have been okay, but he'd just taken too much damage early on. Aphromoo was able to get all of the damage down from the skill shots. Doesn't even matter that Kalista had Exhaust there. Already the damage was done.
Very well executed from Aphromoo. And that concludes our quarterfinalists. It will be Fire versus Ice in every single one of them. 6 Fire members started the 1v1s today, and 4 of them advanced, with one of them going down to a team kill. Like, what a successful round of